Headlines today tracks the UP MLAs on state-sponsored junket. The legislators avoid our cameras amid widespread criticism of the so-called study tour. Another display of political rowdyism, this time in Maharashtra. Shiv Sena goons protesting toll tax smash toll booths in Kolhapur, even as cops play silence to spectators. Massive protests in Amethi against the Aam Aadmi Party leader Kumar Vishwas as he takes the fight to Rahul Gandhi's home turf. Three days after Chief Minister Kejriwal launches an anti-corruption helpline, the first arrests have been made, but questions remain over a huge number of pending complaints. The family of the Bengal rape victim to leave for Bihar and likely to meet Nitish Kumar to seek justice for their daughter. And the Indian team flies to New Zealand for the ODIs and Test match series. And Shiv Sena workers went on a rampage in Maharashtra's Kolhapur today, vandalizing 4 toll booths in the city. Shiv Sena has been opposing the toll collection in the state. The hooligans in large numbers vandalized the booths and burnt down the toll plaza property. The agitators claim that since roads are poorly constructed, there is no question of paying the toll. On your screens is how the Sena goons turned violent and damaged the property. Shiv Sena has also called for a bandh in Kolhapur tomorrow. Sena's goons, in fact, going on a rampage. Remember now, the more glaring part of this incident is that, as you can see on your screens, Shaina NC, the BJP, now joining us on the phone line. Shaina, the more glaring part of this incident, Sena's goons going on a rampage, we have seen that before in Maharashtra. They've called for a bandh. But the police just standing there, mute spectators to this incident, not taking any action.
Well, that's for you to direct to the Home Department, which has been inactive on multiple occasions. But having said that, let me please tell you that the BJP stand is very clear. We do not encourage taking law into your own hands, and for that matter, even causing any kind of, damage to public property. But the point here is this is a serious issue. We have seen time and again how these toll plazas have not only exploited the common man, but have also been an area of a huge agitation vis-a-vis political parties.
But Shaina, is it actually justified? These actions are not justified. We understand it is a serious issue if they feel that the roads are poorly constructed. But this is not the way to, for a political party to behave.
Well, as I said, the BJP stand is very clear. We do not encourage anybody on behalf of any political party taking law into his or her hands. We do not encourage any kind of damage to public property. But having said that, one needs to realize that the state government of Congress NCP chooses to show a blind eye towards so many issues. And in a lot of times when there are, agitations which are at the behest of public, they don't even take cognizance of it. So one really needs to question the apathy of the government and the ruling government in Maharashtra, which time and again has been insensitive to the cause of public at large.
But how can acts like this be justified then?
I'm not justifying it at all. As I said, you would want me to say something, but I'm not going to say anything to suit what the media wants to hear, because the BJP stand is very clear. We do not encourage taking law into your hands. In fact, we condemn taking law into your hands. And we clearly say that this kind of damage to public property is not the correct way to agitate. But this government needs to wake up and realize that this is not just a political party. This is public at large, which is fed up of the misuse of power and fed up of the rampant corruption. And trust me, living in Maharashtra, one will tell you that these toll booths are also one large scam which is out to be unearthed.
Shana NC of the BJP, thank you so much for speaking with Headlines today. We also have Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Congress now joining us on the phone line. Priyanka, this Sena's goons going on a rampage, but definitely an issue that needs to be taken up by the government is the fact that the police were just standing there being mute spectators to the incident.
Well, this is absolutely imperative that action needs to be taken, and this is absolutely condemnable. Protests are one way of protesting if you have an issue, but this kind of violence, this kind of vandalization is just not justified for your protest. So it has to be taken and taken at the strictest possible manner.
Mr. Memon, if you can hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, you're asking me.
Yes, sir.
See, what we are seeing on your screen is something which needs to be condemned. Because, see, this kind of violence, even for a good cause, can never be justified. You know, your means may be good, your aim may be good, but your means to achieve that aim cannot be, this kind of vandalism or violence. Now, what is the point in destroying this public property? After all, for whatever public cause that you may have been agitating, you may be very justifiably protesting something which probably you feel is incorrect. But this is not the way to do it. And I think one and all should condemn this kind of violence.
Absolutely, but what about in terms of the action that is in fact being taken by the police? As you can see these visuals on your screen, the police are just mute spectators to this vandalism that is just going on before their eyes.
No, that's right. You see, policemen are expected to work according to law. Policemen are neither the supporters or well-wishers of a particular political party. Now, unfortunately, what we see here is a few policemen in uniform also being there, but it seems that they are not in a position to overpower these larger number of people who have taken to violence.
Absolutely, Majid Memon, NCP leader, bringing us. Thank you for speaking with Headlines.